What comes to mind when you hear the word grandfather clock? Is it Ridgway? Is it Howard Miller? Is it Keeninger? Or unless maybe you're like me and it's Sly. Now, although Slies are nice, there is a greater clock to be talked about in this video.
What is more suited in these modern times for our link with nostalgia than the tradition-rich grandfather clock?
1817, this was started by Frank Herschede. Originally, before all the clocks that we know them as today, a jewelry, watch, and repair place. Then, in 1885, is when it would start making its high-end clocks that we all know and love today. It would take different parts of furniture, like cabinets, and incorporate them onto the clocks, which I thought was pretty cool when I was reading about it. In 1901 to 1902, he would win a gold medal. At this time, would also start calling themselves officially the Herschede Hall Clock Company.
I spent almost all of my life in the clock business. My father spent all of his life in the clock business, and my grandfather founded the Herschede Hall Clock Company.
And then in 1901, they would start making their popular tubular bell clock movements.
Now, compare this sound. The first chimes were played by soft horsehide leather. It gives you a mellower sound. Herschede chime hammers have horsehide or goatskin leather. Pigskin, it just is not good enough for a Herschede chime.
Then, jumping to 1913, this is when stuff starts to get pretty cool. They would bring in the Canterbury chimes, play an audio of that if I can find it. This would also come along with introducing the Westminster. And Whittington chime. when I was researching, I came across something pretty interesting. During the World War I time, they made compasses for the military, and they would also supply their movements to the Colonial Clock Manufacturing Company. I thought that was pretty cool. Jumping to 1926, they would release the Riviere Clock Company. Well, if you have a Riviere, you would know what it is, because you can just open up your clock and say electric motor. But not just any electric motor. Its name is the Telechron. And speaking of motors, I would just like to point out that one time when we were in the shop, Steven was playing around with motors, and he low-key tripped the circuit board. Because it low-key blew up in his lap. So, yeah, don't play with things that you're not supposed to, kids. Of course, I can't talk about Herschede without giving a little bit of some intricate details about their work and some ways to identify a Herschede. Why, of course. Let's talk about the face of a Herschede.
The dial is made of fine, heavy brass, with delicate filigree cut by hand, one at a time. Engraved by hand, one at a time.
Each clock is very intricate and fully handcrafted. Like Herschede themselves have said,
there are no shortcuts at Herschede.
Now, if you're wondering how to identify a Herschede, well, it's actually quite simple. The top of a Herschede, if you look in the middle, top middle of your face, your dial, I shall say, you'll see a little crown symbol. They were known for making some of the most beautiful timepieces, and they're known for being one of the most luxurious brands, such as the clock, aka Model 250.
It is the heart and soul within the fine cabinet that makes a grandfather clock symbolic.
9 tubular chime clock. We've had a few Herschedes in the shop. We had one when I first came there, got sold. Now we have this one. It was fully restored by Steven. In my personal opinion, I think Herschedes are one of the coolest grandfather clocks. I feel like it's a clock that anybody would want in their collection. I think the most easiest clocks that I see people having are like Howard Miller's, Ridgway's. Not saying they're basic. Equally, I think all clocks are really nice, but I have ones that I prefer more than others. Hershey is one of them. But Sly is also one of them. So I'll do a video on Sly at some point. Definitely. Because I do have a Sly myself. But anyways, enough of my jibber jabber. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry, it's been a hot minute. Videos are gonna be kind of different for a while. I have some pretty cool video ideas that I'm hoping I can stay locked in on and push out. I will hopefully see you in the next one. Stay safe. Use your time wisely. Spend time with family. Spend time doing what you love. Okay? And I guess Lyndon has something to say too. See you next time. Peace.
I'll pass this way but once. Any good that I can do, let me know it now. Let me not neglect it, nor defer it. For I shall not pass this way again. Herschede, gold medal winning clocks since 1885.